What does that mean? That means it is the New England Growth Call Day. Tracy, I'm feeling your energy today. Thank you very much. I'm getting it from you and everybody else who's dancing along with Brooke, Cassie, and I. Cassie, you know, your dance moves could get a little better on a Monday. I'm just saying, I've seen them.
I may or may not have been multitasking there. A little dancing, a little bit of work.
None of us know anything about that. Anybody here do multitasking while on Zoom?
No.
How many of you actually watch the screen that you're Zooming on while you're Zooming? Yeah, Susan, like if I'm teaching Ignite, maybe I'll watch it, but if I'm not teaching Ignite, I'm not on it, right, Susan? I know the secret.
I mean, when I'm teaching you Ignite, you always watch the right screen.
I always watch. I always watch. You know, somebody said that the other day. They're like, "Oh, Zoom. If I'm on a Zoom, I'm doing like 10 other things." And I thought to myself, do I do that all the time too? And I wouldn't say all the time. Yeah, it's tough to be fully engaged on a screen. Would you guys agree? Some of you? All right. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you, you want to be engaged on this call. Get your cameras on, engage with us. We have an amazing half hour that we're going to go through. We have a guest speaker that hopefully will be coming on very shortly. We're confirming that, not confirming it. We're making sure he has the link. And we have great content to share with you. We have something we're giving away today, right, Cassie?
We have a giveaway.
Nate and Matt aren't here today, so Cassie and I are able to do whatever we want, and we're giving something away. We have the ball cage out. This is one of my favorite little tools that I have here. I only get to use it on Mondays, so we're going to use it today. Oh, and a couple of announcements. I'd like to know, how many of you are taking Ignite that started today? Drew, I saw your hand. Tracy, I saw your. Lorna's on and she taught it today. I heard it was fantastic. Lorna, that was the comments. Fantastic.
We had so much fun today. We kicked it off hard and everybody was interactive. We got an amazing group.
Awesome. So I'm really excited because tomorrow I'm teaching. I'll be on Ignite tomorrow morning. So if you guys will be there, we're talking about lead generation tomorrow. So it's something we talk about every single Monday. I'll be there tomorrow. And if you haven't taken Ignite yet, or if you've taken it multiple times before, I'm going to highly suggest you jump on to 1, 2, or all of the sessions because you will get something out of it, no matter where you are in your business. Now, before we get started, I would love to know who's on the call with us right now. Sometimes we have a full range of agents on, and I'd love to know if you've been in the business for less than a year, put that in. If you've been and just put how many years, 1 year less, or if you've been in a year or a year to 5 years and then 5+. I'd love to see who's on the call with us. All right, Cassie, you looking with me? Wow, it's going fast.
About a week, 4 months, 3 months, 5 years.
Who is a 5+? I see some 5+ers, 7 years. All right. So we have a full range of agents on this call. We really do. We have agents that have been in the business for longer than 5 years, and we have agents that just got their license maybe today. Anybody on here got your license today? Or have it, or don't have it yet? Anybody on here not licensed yet? All right, well, listen, I will tell you, this is my 20th year. I'm celebrating my 20th year as a real estate agent. And I will tell you, every year is different from the last. Every day is different from the last. That's the great thing about real estate is you're never going to the same office and repeating Groundhog Day. You're going to experience things differently every single day. And one day might be the glitz and glamour that comes shining down on you and you're like, oh, this job is so easy. How many of us feel that way right now? Okay, nobody, great, because we're all in the same boat. It's not glitz and glamour every day. Some days you might get those moments. And then there are the other days, you guys know what I'm talking about, those other days where it takes 20 attempts to make offers for your clients, where you show your clients 100 houses and they decide not to buy, or you put their house on the market and it just will not sell and you cannot figure out why. We have those days in real estate. Here's the thing, it's just like a golf shot. If you ever, I like to play like Happy Gilmore. I'm not sure if anybody else likes Happy Gilmore, but I'm a Happy Gilmore person. I will try and just swing as hard as I can and see how long the ball could go. And you know what? Sometimes I get a hold of that ball and it really goes. That's real estate. You get those long shots and those close to the pin shots and you're like, yes, this is why I do it. But it's the misses that you want to keep an eye on. My husband taught me that. He said, listen, because he's a really good golfer. I am not great. I'm okay, but I'm not great. And he said, listen, don't pay attention to your great shots. Watch the misses. Watch what you do wrong, or watch how you miss that ball and what you could have done differently. You know what? That's what we do in real estate. Watch your misses, watch the offers that don't get accepted and learn why. Listen to your clients and learn why they decided not to buy. Listen to your clients and, well, actually don't always listen to your clients, because sometimes your clients say, hey, list my house $300,000 more than what it's worth today. Sometimes that's a learning experience and a coachable experience. I'm telling you guys, this business is hard and it could be very rewarding. And I have a shirt on that today that says, new mindset, new results. I wear shirts that motivate me. What are you doing to motivate yourself in your business? That's just a question for you to think about. Just think about it for a few seconds. If you put some things in chat, great. If not, that's okay too. All right, so let's get started, right? Cassie, you ready?
Ready to go.
Okay, we have just about 100 of you guys on the call today, and I'm really excited because we have a guest that we're going to interview. I'm going to let our guest tell you a lot about his experiences, and I have some questions for him. So, Cassie, if you wouldn't mind welcoming Michael Visno to the call and spotlighting him on our screen, please.
Sure.
Yes, Corinna, it's Michael. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm good. My name is Jen Bovey. I work with Matt Erdman and Nate Dickey. And Matt told us that you have a pretty significant story, and he thought that you might be able to share it with us. Is that okay?
Absolutely, would love to.
Awesome. So first, tell us a little bit about you, about Michael Visno, and hopefully I'm saying your last name right.
Yeah, you got it. It's a silent H, so you're good. So I'm in my third full year of real estate, and I started with Keller Williams. And just recently, in the last several months, I decided to start my own team. So I'm in the crazy midst of doing that right now, and it's pretty exciting. But yeah, so I started 3 years ago. I like to call myself like a little more like experienced in life, because people are like, how did you get so successful in this game like so quickly? And I guess I need to be more kind to myself, but I've been around the block. I've had a lot of other careers and I've built other businesses, and I fell into real estate. And I kind of just took everything that I have done in my life and all my successes and most of my failures to realize like, wow, this is a career that is the epitome of what you put in, you will get out. And that was so exciting to me. And Matt Erdman, who I met early on, I was introduced to very early on, literally like right before I decided to make the jump into real estate and join KW. And he gave me great advice. And
Did I not file that $400 thing?
What's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. And it was very simple advice that 3.5 years ago that just made sense to me, and I kind of just took it and ran. And that was, in the beginning, when you first get into real estate, you don't have any business. So, what should you do about that? And you really just need to treat it like a full-time job. And if you don't have appointments, there's only one thing you should be doing for 8 hours a day at a minimum, and that's generating business, lead gen as we call it. And I took that very seriously. And in the beginning, when I didn't know what I was doing and I had no business, I literally, got my work pants on every day and got on the computer or the phone, and I just lead gen all day, every day until I just started business.
All right, Michael, so I'm
and
going to ask you a couple of questions and then we're going to dive into that
Yeah.
for a few minutes, if that's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So do you, all right, so yeah, so do you want me to go back to just real quick, like where I am with my career in like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so first year, pretty, you know, for a first year person, I think I was pretty successful. I did like 6 million or so, 25 units. And then my second year, I did 15 million, closed about 50 units. And then, you know, huge goals going into my third year, which is this year. Have already had a pretty successful first quarter, but my goals for year 3, you know, were pretty simple and clear going into January of 2021. And that was $1 million in GCI, close 127 units, and hire a full-time MAPS coach and hire a full-time assistant. That was it. And the rest I was not going to worry about. And, you know, hired the coach, hired the assistant, and, you know, have the goals on the wall and a way to get to those goals. And that's where I'm at right now.
That's awesome, Michael. So I do have a couple of questions to ask. Why did you choose real estate as your pivot career or pivot profession right now?
That's a great question. So, you know, it's funny how things work. You know, I do feel I'm a big believer in, you know, and everything happens for a reason. I met, you know, so I owned restaurants for a long time before I was in real estate, and went through, you know, what a lot of us, you know, go through sometimes, and that's a huge life change. So I went through a divorce, left my business that I created with my ex-wife, and, you know, kind of hit rock bottom, to be honest with you, in my personal life, and had to reinvent myself. And I met a woman who I started dating who happened to be in real estate. And for the first year with her, I was, you know, out there trying to reinvent myself and create another restaurant brand and try all these other types of careers. And for 1 year, she was like, you should get into real estate. Like, what are you doing? Like, you would do so well in this business. And I knew nothing about it. And I was just like, no. Like, I don't just, you know, work weekends and not know how much money I'm making. Like, I knew nothing about it. So fast forward a year of that, and just seeing her success and how much fun she had and how different it was and the culture she was involved in. I got to a point with everything that I was, you know, trying, that I was like, I'm in. What do I got to do? And from that point on, you know, it was, you know, then I met Matt Erdman, and then I, you know, was turned on to KW. And once I committed, I was like all in, and like in a matter of like, you know, it seemed like hours. I had my license, was signed up with KW, and I was, you know, showing up ready to go.
I love that, because, you know, there's so many of us on the call that were in that same boat as you. Like, we didn't really know what real estate was. Like, you know of a real estate agent always, but you never really knew what entailed to be a real estate agent until you actually got in it, right?
100%.
So my next question is, why KW?
So again, I wish for this part, I feel like I have a unique story and unique life, but for these questions, I feel like it's nothing unique. Where like my girlfriend now, who when I first met her, she was with KW, you know, and I just witnessed, you know, the success she had and has with KW. She has a pretty successful team on her own, and just being around her, you know, I was going to like events and meeting people with, you know, within KW before I decided to get into this line of business. And it just seemed like a really awesome place to be, you know, and it made sense to me. So that's kind of how it happened.
Awesome. All right. So another follow-up question is, you went from 0 to just about 20 million in about 2 years, right? From what and you said that it had to do with possibly what is in this book, the lead generation model, or the portion of it. Can you specifically tell our group here, like, what did you do every day for the 8 hours?
That's a great question. So in the beginning, obviously it's been an evolution, but in the beginning, you know, I had no business. I didn't have really much money. I was kind of, you know, my life had gone to crap, and I had to pick it back up. And so I just said, all right, well, I know I'm going to take Matt's advice, and I'm going to just lead gen all day, every day until I have appointments. And I literally just found ways to do that. In the beginning, I would literally just go on Zillow and call for sale by owners because it's free, the access is there, and that was something that I had success early with doing. So in the beginning, I did that. I would, text my business card to my sphere daily. I would go through the letters, like today I'm going to hit everybody in A and B, and so on. Hitting up people on social media, just like doing things that to me were common sense, which, you didn't need to know know a lot about lead gen or have a lot of money to do. So it was just a lot of that. And then just, listening to other agents and calling people like, hey, what should I be doing? And, hosting open houses and trying to take, get clients from meeting people at open houses back then. And, going to events, just anywhere I went, I would give my business card to. Like if someone came to my house to like service my furnace, they weren't leaving without me giving them my business card and knowing I was in real estate. Calling friends, texting, because there's only so much FSBO, Zillow you could do in an 8-hour day. So it wasn't just that all day. So that was in the very beginning, and then I also did, thankfully I had support. Like my girlfriend, she had a team, and then she was like, hey, do you want to use our dialer? Like when my people aren't using it. So I was like, what's that? And then I got on the dialer, and that was a lot easier than, calling FSBOs on Zillow. So, and I had a lot of success. I mean, I had 10 listings in my first, 4 months of being in the game, and it was just calling for sale by owners, in the beginning from Zillow and then off a dialer. So now I'm getting appointments. So now I don't have to, lead gen as much. But in the beginning, it was just, I would say, calling FSBOs and texting and calling everybody I know to let them know I was in real estate.
It's awesome. I love this. So did you take time off? Did you give yourself like, oh, you know what, today I'm not going to do 8 hours? Like when did you start kind of changing your schedule?
Absolutely. Well, I will say in the beginning, like I'm not one to like love to like, there were days where I just literally sat at my desk in my pajamas and called people all day long, which is another bonus of being in real estate. When you're not wearing the suits on the road, you're at your home office and you're in your boxers. But I also was like, I have to break this up, and I'm big into fitness. So I would go to the gym midday and I would make sure to do something at the gym, like the elliptical machine, because you could be on an elliptical and still have a phone in your hand. And I would do an hour to 90 minutes of an elliptical while I was texting people in my phone, my business card, and reaching out to my sphere. So just, kill two birds with one stone. I would go for a hike or a long walk and lead gen. So I would break up my days like that, like, hit the dialer for a couple hours, go to the gym knowing that I was lead genning for a couple hours at the gym, come home, then maybe call people, Facebook, social media. So I broke it up, but I would make sure that I got a full day in of lead gen until I actually had appointments.
So you didn't let yourself off the hook, even though you took your mindset breaks for hiking, for exercising and all that stuff?
Not in the beginning, I didn't. And I'm a different bird. Like, I just felt like this was my last chance in life. It sounds so dramatic, but like, if I bored you with the whole story of what got me to this point, it would make sense. But like, I really felt like this was my last hurrah. And I'll be damned if not, I'm not going to go all in 1000%. Now, mind you, I did eventually get to a point, and I still, struggle, as we all do, of the yo-yo. But in the beginning, I didn't know any better. So when I started getting appointments, my lead gen got less and less. And then it was the yo-yo of like dealing with, deals and doing all the stuff and not getting the 2 hours. And, then I'd have like a month where I was 2 hours every day. And then I'll be honest, like last, summer, I had like 20 to 25 deals pending at all time. And I didn't do any lead gen. Like I didn't. And because I didn't have an assistant at the time, I had no help. I was, burning the candle at both ends. So, but in the beginning, I didn't know any better. And I was just like, I am not going to not put a full day in of generating business. Like, I'm not going to sit here and wait for my Aunt Sally to tell me she's selling her house or someone to knock on my door and hand me business. Like, I was not going to do that.
Yeah, so this leads me into my next question. We only have a few more minutes left. These calls go so quick. So this leads me right into like, what was or is your biggest challenge that you have faced or are facing?
Yeah, I would say just in it, I would probably say it's still like self-accountability to make sure you're doing lead gen religiously every single day, or what is going on, whether you have 50 pending deals or no pending deals, whether you have an assistant or 5 assistants or no assistant. The way to crush it in this business is to commit to a certain amount of time. If you can't do 2 hours, an hour every day, just that consistency. So for me, I still struggle with the consistency of lead gen every single day.
So the way to crush it in this business is to stay consistent with your lead gen. Is that what you just said? I just want to make sure everybody heard that.
1000%.
I mean, guys, that is the golden nugget, like mic drop. Write that down. Lorna says she's journaling. Write it down however many times you have to write it until you actually hear what he just said there. Can you say it one more time?
Can I add to that, Jennifer?
Yes,
Can I add to that real quick? Because I think this is important. It does not have to be on a phone, on a dialer, sitting at your desk. Lead gen, there's no rules. If you love to play tennis, form a group of playing tennis and build it up to 20 people playing tennis, then that's lead gen. Those people will use you for real estate. So it doesn't have to be, it could be, think outside the box. Just, we're in the relationship business, use relationships to generate business, but just make sure you're putting the time to actually do it, not just let it come to you.
I love it. Like that gave me chills because that is so true. Lead generation doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be something that you hate to do. Right, Michael? Like go do something you love and get 100%. Excited about it. Yes, love that. Love it. Love it. Okay, last question and then we're going to move on. And thank you so much for jumping on our call today. What is the biggest secret to your success that you could share with everybody?
I mean, there's a lot of secrets, but if you had to ask me the biggest one,
yes,
is I am tenacious with my follow-up. And it's funny because we're talking so much about lead gen. If you are not consistent, organized, and tenacious with your follow-up, you might as well not lead gen. Just let other people do it because the follow-up is the key. And to me, the follow-up is so much easier. If you're following up with someone, that means you already have formed a rapport somehow with them. And I mean, you would laugh if I showed you like what I've done for the last 3 years. Like I have a spiral notebook where I literally just take notes with my phone. I have Follow Up Boss and CRMs. I have all that stuff. But when I'm at my best, I use a notebook and I write down who I spoke to, the details of what they're about, and I put a date in there when to call them back, and I put it in my phone and I set an alarm, and I'll be damned if I'm ever going to miss a follow-up call with a client. Because it's all about timing in this business, and you could be on the phone with John Smith for an hour and he loves you and he's going to promise you 10 listings. But if you don't follow up with him at the right time or in a reasonable amount of time, some other agent's going to call him on a good day and he's going to give them the business. So follow up is the absolute key and the key to my success. And I am pretty good at it and I enjoy it because to me, it's a lot easier than the initial call.
Michael, thank you so much. I know there was a question, what do you use for a system? And I think you said it, you do whatever that works for you. You have Follow Up Boss, you have Command, you have all those other systems, and you have a notepad. You do what's right for you. Is that right?
100%. Whatever works for you, do it, try things, get comfortable and have fun with it and just do it. And there's no rules.
All right, Michael, thank you so very much. We really appreciate you being on the call with us, and we'll talk to you soon for sure.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, guys. Have an awesome day.
Thank you so much. You too. All right, guys. So we have just over 5 minutes left to get to our content that we are going to be sharing with you. Let's remove this pin here. How do we remove the pin? I don't know. All right. So Cassie, would you mind sharing your screen so we could go through the content? And while she's doing that, I'm going to let you guys know that. Okay, let's see what we could do here. All right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to give you less content weekly and more guest speakers and advice on how to really run your business. So to this week's content, a little smaller than what we have been giving you in the past, yet all very good content to keep you consistent, which was Michael's big word, consistent, and the follow-up, right? Those were his two big things. But in this week's content, you're going to see a call to action text or direct message script. And we also have 2 social media graphics with captions. So let's go right to those, Cassie. The first one is a call to action, which is this could be a text, a direct message in one of your social media accounts, or a phone call. So you could use this any way you would like. It simply says, hi, Joy. I see Joy on my screen, so I'm using Joy as my person. Hi, Joy. Hi, Joy. I hope you are well. I'm taking a quick poll with my friends and family. If you could pull enough equity from your home, would you prefer to make improvements on your property or sell your home? Everybody answer that really quickly. I just called everybody on this call, and you got to stay here to win the prize, by the way, if you want to be in for the drawing. Hi, Joy. Hi, everybody on this call. I hope you are well. I'm taking a quick poll with my friends and family. If you could pull enough equity from your home, would you prefer to make improvements on your property or sell your home? Let's keep an eye on those polls, Cassie, and we'll bring that back in a few minutes as everybody's answering. All right, and we're going to go to our 2 social media graphics. You know what? It looks like a 50-50 little poll here.
A good mix of both.
It's a good mix. So my question to you guys that are saying sell, why aren't you on the market? All right. I think we have some agents on here that can help you with that. All right. So our first social media for Tuesday is your, the caption says equity and return on investment, ROI, are great reasons to consider if selling is the right move to make. Interested in learning more? ? DM me or comment below if you're interested in learning what type of equity you may have on your property. Bet on KW New England. Did you know? This is a Did You Know Tuesday. Great little graphic, easy to copy and paste. Oh, Brooke. Well, we're not even going to go there for a few minutes. All right. We're going to go to our Thursday post, two posts this week. We have a Did You Know series and a This or That Thursday. So your this or that Thursday is, what is your dream room you want to add to your existing floor plan? Home movie theater or home gym? Mine's home gym. I just did it. Can you choose? You could only choose one. Drop your answer below. Again, you're looking for engagement and conversation in these, right? All right. So that is our content for this week. I cannot forget to tell you guys about our form, Cassie, right? And we did the poll. It was about a 50-50 on the sell or improvement. Love to see that. So some of you may saw, actually 4 of you, right? 4?
We're up to 5 now.
5 of you saw that we added a form onto our email that we send out. We're going to make this trackable for all of us and hold you accountable to growing your business. Isn't that what this is about, right? Growing our businesses. So every week you'll see that there's a form to fill out, just like we did for the listing initiative. And it's very simple. It's going to ask you, did you make 10 contacts a day? That's through Ignite. You're supposed to be making 10 contacts a day. That's hard to say on a Monday. Also, which pieces of this week's growth call resources did you use? Sometimes we have emails, social media, phone calls, texts, videos. Tell us what you're using. We want to track that and see what you're doing. And then also, did you sign any listings agreement this week, or did you sign any buyer agreements this week? So fill this out. And this is how we're going to be doing our drawings. We're going to have our ball pit that is going to be in full effect. If you fill out the form, you stay on the call and you're on the call, you will be part of our continued contest drawing that we are continuing from the listing initiative. So Cassie, did I get it all in?
We're good. That's it. A minute to spare.
All right. Wow, this is a quick half hour. Again, one of my favorite things on Monday to do. It is the favorite thing. Quick mention, look for June, the MREA series led by your team leaders in the region. This is going to be a fantastic series. It's going to be 3 days a week through June. So keep an eye out for details on that. You're going to want to go to the MREA series. Okay, let's do a drawing. Everybody that is on the call, Cassie, why don't we show them what they're going to win today?
Today, everyone has a chance to win one of our branded coolers.
Guys, it's pretty cool. I have
could
one.
use as a
It's not like
cooler,
a chintzy cooler. This is
A
like
lunchbox.
it could fit about 12 cans. Just 12 cans of whatever you
Of
like.
Seltzer.
Seltzer, yeah, absolutely. Any seltzer you like. My seltzer is hard seltzer, but anybody's seltzer is fine. Sparkling water is fine. 12 cans. Okay, here we go. We are going to do our drawing. You ready, Cassie? We good?
Let's go.
Okay. All right. And our winning ball number is, we're going to learn this together.
259.
259. Who's 259?
All right, give me a second here. Hold on.
259. You got to be on to win, by the way. And I see a couple people dropped off, so chances went up a little bit. Who wants the cooler? And if you win the cooler, you got to give us your address to send it to. George wants it. George wants it. Come on, George, be 259.
We're almost there. Hold on, hold on.
The suspense, the drum roll.
Cassie, did you add me?
Yes, everyone that's on the call can win.
Everyone is on.
Jane Savage is number 259.
Yay! Where are you, Jane? Is it Jane? Jane, where are you? Are you here? Unmute yourself.
Are you looking for Jane Savage?
We are looking for Jane Savage.
Jane, you are our
keep
winner of
freezing.
our cooler. Jane, congratulations. Thank you for
Wow,
being
thank
on
you.
our call. And you please stay on so you can give Cassie your mailing address. And guys, I hope you had a great Monday. Continue it. Take Michael's advice. And what is it? Everybody, unmute yourself and tell us what his advice is.
Legion.
Stay consistent.
All of that.
Love it.
Legion, stay consistent, follow up. Love it, guys.
Tenacious. Be tenacious.
I love that tenacious word.
Ah, sounds so aggressive.
Thanks, everyone. Have
Bye,
a good
guys.
May
day.
the fourth be with you, I have to say.
And also with you. Thank you.
All right, Jane, don't forget to stay on to give us your address if you can't type it in the chat.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, do you want the Bedford office?
Wherever you want your cooler to go to, you let us know.
All right, it'd be the Bedford office at 168 South River Road,
All right, we got it.
New Hampshire.
You got it. I'll send it right
All
over
right.
this week and I'll let you know when it's on its way, Jane.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Have a good
Congrats.
day.
Bye.